Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have another project I wanted to share with you guys, and you guys know that this month I have been trying to smash a bunch of 6x6 paper pads as part of the Paper Stash Smash collaboration. And so yeah, I finally got to use up this Outdoor Adventures paper pad. I made 2 folios from the one 6x6 paper pad, and I had 2 or maybe 3 extra sheets, one with the cut aparts and then 2 other sheets on top of that. So I had 3 12x12 sheets and the 6x6 pad. I also did purchase some stickers just when they were having like a warehouse sale, and that's also when I purchased some extra sheets to kind of go with this. You could see that I have this large scrap left over. So I am going to probably add this to something else that I might still be able to use up this month, another 6x6. And then I do have some other scraps as well. So here's what I have left. Some of these are still from the 12x12, like you could tell the textured ones are the 12x12. And then I have like this, like that could be a strip or something, this as well. But for the most part, these are just like little scraps, like the little strips and stuff like that. So I might hold on to a couple of these. I don't think I'm gonna do anything crazy like this. Yeah, like I was thinking maybe a matchbook with this, but I can't even do that because the inside. So I'm not really sure. I might just toss that, but we'll see. I did want to share what I made, so let's get right into the video and let's get started. Okay, so I made 2 folios, which are perfect if you guys are going to go on a camping trip or something. These are going to be absolutely perfect for you guys to fill up and add some photos. I did follow a tutorial from Project 39 and Mini Albums. Now, I did have to make some changes because she made hers with 65-pound weight cardstock. But when I do cardstock only, like folios, I like to use 110-pound cardstock, but it did get too chunky. And so I couldn't do like the 4th final layer, and I had already cut it out. So before I glued it together, I had to find a different spot for it. So I will go over that with you guys. But Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums has a tutorial. And on top of that, another thing, when I make folios or just paper matting, I like to have a 1/8 inch of a border. She made her folios to have a 1/4 inch. Now, when I do people's tutorials the first time, I always follow them to a T, and then if I want to make changes later on, then I will. In this case, I still had to make a change. I followed it to a T, but I still had to make a change when I went to go glue down my pattern papers. I shared with you guys like a little sneak peek of my pattern papers and where they were going to go in my haul video, where I shared with you guys like the extra sheets that I got, and somebody was like, how can you even with all those paper clips? And I really do that when I have my pattern papers that I'm trying to figure out, and especially with this, because I was only using 12 sheets of pattern paper for each folio, plus I had the 2 12x12 sheets. So I really had to be strategic in how I was using my paper. I only gave myself like those 12 for each folio, but I was able to make 2, so that was fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you guys these. Let's do this one first. So this one says, welcome to the great outdoors, and these both are available in my Etsy shop in case you guys are interested. Maybe you guys are going on like an outdoor adventure, a little camping trip, a little weekend getaway, or you're going to be spending time outside, whatever it is. These are going to be fantastic for that. I have some enamel dots here, and you guys could see I did my stitching, my zigzag stitch on the outside and my regular stitch on the cut apart. I do have a brown ribbon tied closure here, and these are great because these could also be masculine. They don't have to be like feminine. Here is where I would normally add in my handmade logo stamp, but this is supposed to be like a 4th, like kind of like flip out page. I couldn't fit it inside. It was getting too chunky because I used 110-pound cardstock. So it was getting too chunky that way. And so I added in that little flap on the back here. So on the back here, that just kind of opens up. It is magnetized, and you have this insert. So you can add a photo to the back or do some journaling or both. And that just fits inside this pocket right there. And that magnetizes closed, like I said, with two magnets. And let me show you guys the magnets I used. So I used these 1/4 inch magnets, especially when I used two. I don't know if I used one in this album, but if I did, I'll go over it. Like if I used like just one somewhere, but I did use two here, and I just used the 1/4 inch. These are from Total Element Magnets. You guys know I love them so much, and you guys can get them as well and use the code KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order. So I'll have that linked down below as well. But right here, I did the 1/4 inch just because when you do like one, sometimes the paper edges like curl up. So I wanted to make sure both of these were going to stick down. So I have two there. So then you open this up, and it looks like this. Here I had a scrap at the end, so I just made a little pocket here. And I had these extra cut aparts from the 12 by 12 sheet that I purchased, and made just like a little booklet. It says Let's Wander. You can add a photo on the inside, or do some journaling, and you'll be able to put in a couple more photos in this pocket as well, but this isn't gusseted, so you can't fit in too much. Here I did use one magnet on this cut apart here, and there I used the 3/8 inch magnet size. And again, you guys could use the code KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order. I'm actually running really low on this size. I love it. I'm gonna have to actually order more because I'm working on some wedding albums now, and all of these are gonna be gone, I think, after I finish those other three. I finished one, and I have 3 more of the same I'm making, and so I think I'm definitely gonna run out of those. But anyway, 3/8 inch here. And okay, so actually, yeah, I did change up some things here as well from the tutorial. Like there was no pocket here, I don't think. I added a pocket, so that's what I wanted to do. And there was no cut apart here. I added my own cut apart with a magnet. I love cut aparts, you guys, and I like to use them, so that's what I did. So it says life is best when you're camping. I left it open here, and I included this little tag. This is using a tag die set from my stash, but I'll link it down below as well because I use it often. And then this flips open like this. You could add a photo here, and then this flips down, add a photo here, and then here I have a little tuck spot. This is because this paper, I cut it like in half in order to fit here onto these 2 flaps, but I had to do it with the little branding strip at the top, so it had the little hole in it. There's a little hole down here, which is why then I added in this brown piece scrap that I had and glued that down on 3 sides and made a little like tuck spot pocket and added in another tag. Now you could see this tag is bigger than this one. It's a tag nested die set, so when you get the tag die set, you'll get a bunch of different sizes, but that is super cute there. And again, this is great because you could use this like for like it could be like a masculine kind of folio as well. I also added in paper here. I like to add in paper in between. This opens up like that. And so this this pocket thing on the back, that's supposed to get attached here, and then it's supposed to flip out one more time. But again, mine did not fit because I was using 110-pound cardstock. So I just added it to the back of my folio instead. So then in the center here, I added some stickers that I had from the sticker sheet that I got separately. It says wildlife with some deer. I love seeing deer. And then this opens up again. Again, I have the 2 magnets here, so the 1/4 inch size magnets. And then I also made this pocket a little bit shorter than Debbie has in the tutorial. Hers goes up like, I think, to where my thing is, but I wanted it to be shorter so I can actually like pull this out without struggling. So this is just like another insert where you can add additional photos or do some journaling on the back. And I just did craft colored cardstock for these. I thought that went really well with this collection. So that magnetizes closed again with the 2 magnets. Then here, because I had the sticker sheet, I made a little tuck spot here. I know Debbie in her tutorial did a little pocket here, but again, mine was already getting chunky. I could not do a pocket. I mean, I guess I could, but then I felt like I would have needed to use more cut aparts and stuff, and I just wanted like a photo map. This way, like, somebody can just directly add a photo to this and then just stick it down, and I think that looks really cute like that. Or you can just have it as a tuck spot. So this is just like a blank photo mat. I had this colored paper in my stash, and I just thought it went well. I actually only had like 1.5 sheets left, so that actually worked out really well here. Here you can see I have a little, what is this closure? I think it's called, it's like a photo closure, like a swivel kind of thing. I'll try to link that down below so you guys can get it, but you use this little like photo thing plus a brad. So these are the little photo things. They look like this, and then you add a brad through it, and then through your paper so that it can be like a little swing tab closure. So this just kind of swings open like that, and now I could open up this side, and then this flips open like that. So you can add additional photos here. I had some more paper left over, and I still have more paper left over, but I tried to use up, like I said, as much of the extra paper that I had, as much as possible in here. So I just did another insert here, and you can write on the back, plus a cut apart, because like I said, I bought a whole sheet of just cut aparts, and this says Camp Brown Bear, and so that's what it looks like. So then that closes, and then that holds, this swivel thing closes again to hold that closed. And I thought this folio was really, really cute. It was so fun to make this, you guys. It actually seems like a lot of us from the collaboration ended up using Debbie's tutorial to make this. So check out everybody's videos, because everybody made it like a little bit different. And I know I did, because I even used 110-pound cardstock. So I needed to add that pocket on the back. But yes, that is a great folio. Let me show you guys the other one, because it's a little bit different. So this one says, let's go. And then again, the back side, this is the same with the little insert. And again, I didn't add my handmade logo stamp onto here because I kind of felt weird adding it to the pocket that you're going to be using to add stuff into. Normally I just add it to like the back of an album, but because this has like an element back here, I don't know, I felt weird doing that. So anyway, this opens up like this. So they do have different cut aparts on the inside, because I only bought one cut apart sheet. So I split the cut aparts between the 2 folios, and you could see that this one has a tuck spot here, whereas the other one had a pocket here. This one has a little tuck spot here. But anyway, this says Happy Camper. You've got your little tag pull out here, and then this is the same on the inside, and then another little tag here. It goes faster when you like put the paper and make it like the same. But again, I felt like I didn't like the pocket here. So instead I just did a little tuck spot here with this bear. And this bear I didn't put on this one because I have it on the cover here, if that makes sense. So anyway, so you have another little photo mat. You can put it in the center. You could use it elsewhere, whatever you want, but it is just tucked in there. And then this opens up like this. Now you could see, instead of adding the pocket here, I added it here. I just used up my scrap, double matted it onto some cardstock, and glued it down on 3 sides, and made a little pocket here, and added in this cut apart that says S'more Fun. And then in the center here, this is the same, just different embellishments. So this one has little bears. And again, you have your larger like insert here for some photos, and you could fit like a couple more photos in here as well if you'd like. And then again, the swivel tab little closure, this opens, and then this is the same except for this cut apart right here. So this one says outdoors, and then this one is the same as the other one, just a larger like insert or photo mat area. So yeah. They are very, very cute. This was like a really fun folio to make. So you could see the papers were like the same. Just the cut aparts are different, which already makes this side look so much different. And then switching up the pocket, whereas this one had a pocket, this one has a tuck spot. Even that just looks so different in my opinion. And then when you open this up, now the bottom one has a pocket and the top one has a tuck spot. But yeah, I think they both turned out really, really cute. Like I said, both of these are available in my Etsy shop in case you guys are interested in purchasing either of these. A lot of fun to make. Great use of 6x6 paper pads to be able to make this folio. But I think next time I may just make it in the 65-pound weight cardstock just to see how I like that better. But I guess I was trying to use 110-pound because that's what I normally do for cardstock folios. I just feel they're sturdier, so that's what I normally do for cardstock only folios when there's no chipboard. And then I feel like if I made this again, I would probably want to change up the measurements a little bit because I like to have a 1/8 inch border rather than a 1/4 inch. So all throughout this was a 1/4 inch border. But anyway, to each their own, right? It was a lot of fun to do that tutorial though, and not have to like really think so much about how to use up this entire 6x6 pad. We did a pretty good job with the exception of this sheet, which wasn't even part of the 6x6 pad. That was just extra, but the 6x6 pad in general, we did a good job smashing. So I'm gonna be able to write that off of my my list and write that off that I used it as well. So that's gonna be fun. Okay, so anyway, I will link Debbie's video down below where you guys can follow along and make these folios as well. And then I'll link the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 inch magnets down below also, and the coupon code, don't forget to use that. Again, it's KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order. I love me some magnets. They are fantastic. And I've been raving about those because they're actually really, really good and cheaper than like the basic gray magnets. So I've been really enjoying them, and I just like how I just have now like a bunch of different sizes for whatever projects I need. And I'm not just like trying to make it work with the large ones that I was using before. Now I just have like different sizes, and you know what? It works out better because even though I use like 2 of these, I think you get more in a pack because they're smaller, I want to say. But yeah, like I don't see myself finishing up using these anytime soon. There's just so many in here. There was also a lot of these, but I think this is one of my most used ones. So these ones are running a little low now. But anyway, for smaller projects and when you're using 2, the 1/4 inch is great. Okay, so again, available in my Etsy shop. All the links for everything else is down below as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. So get out some 6x6 papers and go ahead and smash some of your 6x6 paper pads. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.